Whoosh! You're watching Firefly's video.
What's going on, guys? Firefly here, and today we're going to be going over the metals and the values of the metals and which one's better to use for weapons and which one's better to use for armor. So we're going to start off with swords, and we're just going to use this one as an example. It has 245 damage. So if we throw this shadow steel in there, I'm going to be throwing tooltips to tell you the pros and the cons. It'll be in about the middle of my inventory where it's empty. So as you can see, the damage goes up quite a bit, and the stamina cost goes down, or goes up by 0.5, which isn't too bad. And for this one, the stamina cost goes down a little bit, but you do lose a lot of damage. And the stamina cost goes up again, and the damage stays around the same. And for this one, the damage goes down about the same as the sky, but the stamina cost goes down a whole lot more. It goes down 2 times more. And for the bale, it stays about the same, and the stamina goes up a little bit more. And for this one, it's almost the same as the shadow steel, but it's just, I don't find it as good because shadow steel has so much more pros, but it does have a lot of cons, so you might find this one better. Rose steel is a lot less damage. I'd say it's 20 more damage less, but the stamina cost is pretty low. It just has a really fast rate of recharging when you're swinging and missing. And so high steel, this stuff is very slow. It almost does the same amount. It does 10 more damage, and in my opinion, it's just, if you have it, use it. And here's the blood steel. The blood steel is, the stamina cost is very high. The damage goes down a lot. The moon steel is almost the exact same as the shadow steel, just the durability doesn't last as long. As you can tell, they look very close to the same. And the final one is sun steel, and its stamina goes up quite a bit. And now we're going to go on to the armor. Let's start off with the shadow iron here. So as you can see, shadow iron does bring the damage up quite a little bit. The speed goes down a decent amount, not too much though. And as you can tell with the shadow iron, these almost have the same exact effect. The speed goes up quite a bit. The durability goes, not durability, but the defense goes down quite a bit also. These have the same effect almost as a sword does, but some of these do have different effects. So this is almost like the shadow steel exactly. And this is, it doesn't change too much for that one, but, and then for the bale, changes, the speed goes up a lot. The defense hardly drops. This is a good one in my opinion. I would use the bale for PvP because the defense is amazing, the speed is amazing, and honestly when you're PvPing you need to get in and out quick, but sadly not enough people PvP right now. And then here's the dawn steel. The dawn steel is almost the same as the shadow. And then again we have the rose, and this is the one I use for when I'm doing actually not PvP, but when I'm actually just roaming around the world. As you can tell, the speed didn't drop at all, but usually the speed does drop quite a bit if you're using it on a high piece of armor like this one. If I was to use it on this one, well actually, you know what, I don't think it drops at all. Oh actually, let's see, let's pick that out. It's 26. The speed, okay, so the speed does not drop at all when you're using high, so that's why I prefer the high. It's what I like to use. And if we throw rose in there, we can see again, and this is blood. If we throw the blood in there, as you can see, the defense stays quite high, the speed is quite high again. And so let's see what actually the bale steel was. This one actually seems to be, okay, no, the bale still seems to be a little bit better. I'm not sure about the durability and stuff. And here's the moon, right? Yeah, the moon steel. The defense is 49. It didn't really, so it almost had the same effect as the high. And then we have finally the sun, and that one just brought the defense up just a little bit. Now keep in mind, these will have different effects. They will bring up your damage more and the speed more or less with different pieces of armor. So if I was to use it on something different that had more durability, for like example this one, if I was to put this one on this one, the speed would stay the same, but the defense would go up a whole almost 10 points, which could do a lot more effective, be a lot more effective into the realm. So now I'm going to go into which one is the best to use for what. I like to use the slow attacking weapons like this one, and I like to use the blood steel on it because it recovers so quickly, and I use this for PvP because it just recovers so quickly and you can use it. and just hit and miss, and recover really quickly. And I like to have quick armor so I can get in and out with my axe, because it's a 2-hit with the axe no matter what steel is on it. And on most players it is, at least, if they're not extremely armored. So when I'm going with this, I like to go with the bale for PvPing, because the bale is very quick. You get just a little decrease in the armor, but again, you get it in speed so you can move very quickly while you're heavily defended. And when I'm out actually going into exploring, I like to use the Shadow Iron, because the Shadow Iron does so much damage. The durability is amazing. It lasts like it's lasted me at least 20 portal runs to rares just being by myself. Well, being by myself maybe lasts me 15, but with other people I'll run about 20 rares and it'll last the whole time. It is quite expensive to repair. I mean, it's all dependent. If you run into more Shadow Steel, then it's profitable, but Shadow Steel is very hard to come by. Now, for the armor I use when I'm actually exploring, I like to use the high steel iron, because, I mean, you're going slow, but it's not like many of them are going to do much damage on you in the first place, because it's explore mode, you know, and the more heavily armored you are, the less damage they're going to do anyway. So I like to use that, and that's just my opinion. Your opinion might be different, but definitely check out the irons. I hope I helped a little bit. And one thing I am curious about, and I'll post when I have more update on it, but when I come into here, I see all the irons that I found, and these are the only ones listed, plus these ones right here. Now, these seem to be completely empty, and I found nothing about them yet. I don't know if they're in different realms. I haven't explored them yet, but I'm a little confused to what these are, because I've not seen them listed on anything at all. Let me know if you guys know down in the comments, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more Skysaga videos.